Okay, I am going to debunk all those nice things that Peter King just said about the Dallas Cowboys.
Okay.
Let's start with the fact that they've faced the ninth easiest strength of schedule, and they have not played a great offense except for the Saints, who we know are struggling. If you look at the teams they played, the Titans, the Rams, the Saints, Texans, and Seahawks, the only impressive number there is the Saints' yard per game, and the Saints aren't scoring. So what happens when they start to face better offenses? Peter King, I ask you that.
Well, until last Sunday, I think you would have said, if not a great offense, the Seattle Seahawks were bordering on being a great offense. Coming off playing Washington and Russell Wilson being as productive as he was. Look, I think Dallas has proven quite a bit so far, especially going to Seattle and winning that game.
This may hurt your brand being associated with Against the Grain, Peter. Just want to let you know. McLovin, continue with Against the Grain.
Okay, DeMarco Murray is obviously covering up a lot of warts on that defense. The defense has let up almost the most yards per play at any defense in the league, and Murray is on track for 424 carries, the most ever in league history. I think a lot of people are saying this, but there's just no way he can keep it up at this pace.
I think you're right about that, and that's why I think the underwear thief has got to get more carries.
Well, is that his official name now?
The underwear thief.
Yeah.
Joseph the underwear thief. You know what I like, though? He also took cologne.
Yeah.
Underwear plus cologne. I mean, he's a real ladies' man.
No, he's thinking. I know. He's thinking about others.
Hello, Against Grain, guys, going on here.
All right.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. This week, huge upset opportunity. Eli Manning is 4-1 in Jerry Dome. I know the Giants were terrible this week, but the way the NFL has gone this year, couldn't you see them all of a sudden playing well?
Absolutely. I think the Giants could go in there and win. I don't think they will, because I think this is a game that they have to really rely on Andre Williams to keep the ball out of DeMarco Murray's hands. Nobody has stopped DeMarco Murray yet. I don't think the Giants will either. The Giants' hope is to play a Jets type of game and possess the ball for 37 or 38 minutes.
Okay, this one is actually not proving anything, but just a comparison. Murray is tied the record for most 100-yard games to start a season with Jim Brown. But Jim Brown, when he did it in 1958, averaged 7.1 yards per carry compared to Murray at 4.9, had 928 yards and 14 touchdowns, where Murray has 6.
Nobody's comparing DeMarco Murray to Jim Brown.
Well, I just want to say, how awesome was Jim Brown?
Jim Brown
hello.
is the best running back of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You sound surprised.
Well, I just want the young people to know about Jim Brown.
Here's the one thing about Jim Brown that I think people wouldn't realize. Jim Brown is playing against linebackers in those days who he's their size. Running backs today are 20% smaller than the big linebackers, or whatever, 15% smaller. And Jim Brown is trucking Sam Huff in those days.
Yeah. Anything else, McLovin?
No, for Peter King, I'm Andrew Perloff, and that was Against the Grain.
All right.